Hello traders, welcome to the fourth video in this series. This video is about trade execution and trading stops. So let's get into it. In MQ5 we have classes. These are user-defined data types that encapsulate data and function into a single entity. Put simply, they are shortcuts. So there is a trade class. Uh, there is a trade class in the documentation, MQ5 reference, standard library, trade class, C trade. Okay, so this C trade class helps us manage trade actions. You see, order modify, order open, set margin mode, position close, close partials, set stop limit. So today we're going to be using the position open. So we come back to that. Let's go back to the code. So the first thing we want to do is we want to include a file. You see now that we compiled, we just have the FVGEA conversion, one warning and code generated. But now we're going to include a file, the shortcut I was talking about earlier. So this prevents us from writing complicated code to get things done. So now I compile, you see more files are being included in this code automatically. So C trade class, trade. Okay, so one more thing. Let's the I'm going to explain why I'm writing this now. Okay, the reason is this. Here in this code we wrote earlier, we this integral function swing points returns values. Here it returns 0, here it returns 1, here it returns -1, here it returns -1, here it returns 0, here it returns here it returns 1, again it returns 1. I can decide to return 2 or 3 or 4 or 20 or 50. It's just like a meter for the function in itself. So in order to read that value that is being returned, that is the reason why I'm defining the swing signal is equal to the returned value of this function. So now let's execute a buy trade. For us to execute a buy trade, we need to list the conditions in which we want the trade to be executed. So let's go back to our model and check what our trade execution model. The first thing, we want our lows to be less than the highest price or the fair value gap. We want this low value to be less than the highest of this. So we come back to that. So here we want to be less than, not greater than. Okay, now we need to define the position of the fair value gap in question. Like I explained in the first video, in smart money concept and generally in programming, object-oriented programming, you define a location on the chart by price and time. So now we want to define this fair value gap relative to this high and this low. So the time this fair value gap occurred is greater than the time this low occurred, but is less, it's before this high. So bullish fair value gap time 0 is greater than the low's time 1. Bullish fair value gap time 0 is less than high's time 0. Okay, what else do we want to do? What else do we want to define? We want to define the position of this low relative to this 1. So low 0 is greater than lows 1. Order flow. The only way you can differentiate a bullish swing from a bearish swing is which comes first. Here we have a bearish, this is a bearish swing. So the lowest time comes after the highest time. This is the bullish swing, the highest time, not the highest time. The highest time comes after the lowest time. So since we are describing this swing here, the lowest time comes after the highest time. So the lowest time is greater than the highest time. So and we want it to be a bullish candlestick because you can see we have a swing back up here. So how do you describe a bullish candlestick? A bullish candlestick has the closing price greater than the opening price. A bearish candlestick has the closing price less than the opening price. So we want uh, raise 1 dot close is greater than raise 1 dot open, and rate 1 is swing signal greater than 0 because remember earlier we asked this function return. So every time a new low is formed, every time a new low value is saved, every time a new low time value is saved, it returns 1. So that's why it's here in the code. If I can say swing signal is equal to 1, I can say swing signal is greater than 0. So this time I just feel like saying swing signal is greater than 0. You can use is equal to 1 if you want. So when this happens, what do you want to happen? Remember earlier we're talking about where is this, the trade class C trade position open, where is it? Okay, so these are the values we need to fix to execute a trade. We need the symbol, we need the order type, we need the volume, we need the price, we need the stop loss, we need the take profit. So now let's try to get all of those value. So entry price is always for this in this case, entry price is always rate one close because that's the closing price of the last candle. So we want it to open at the close of at the immediately that candle closes. So uh, entry price is equal to normalized double entry price digits. That has to do with the number of decimal points you have. For JPYs, for example, you have just two. For other pairs, you have four, you have five. Then if you go to stocks, you go to CFDs, they differ. So you have to normalize your price so the function wouldn't return an error. So now stop loss, double stop loss. I'm sure you understand why I am using that value as a stop loss. Cause hold on, this is our entry price. If this level gets violated, then this model will no longer hold true. So we want the trade to close. So that's why we're going to use the value of lows 1 because we already stated here that lows 0 is greater than lows 1. So lows 1 is our stop loss. So, and okay, now we need take profits. But to get the take profits, we need, how do I put it? In smart money, we talk about risk to reward. So for you to talk about a one-to-one risk to reward, 1 to 2, 1 to 3, you need to be able to define the risk. Then you can calculate the reward. So let's define our risk value. So risk value is entry price minus stop loss. That is our risk. Risk value. So now we can calculate our take profit. Uh, so now to open our trade dots. Okay, everything still seems correct. So trade dot position open. Uh, I think I brought it up in the documentation just now. Uh, Trade classes, see trade, position open. So symbol, order type, volume. So where's the symbol? Order type by. Let's open 0.01 lots. Entry price, stop loss, take profits, and the comment should be okay. So let's see. Can I compile? Okay, we have errors. Where is the error? Lows. Yes, this is the error. Rates one close. Okay. Okay, I have not defined the copy rates, but I think I defined. Okay, we just I just copied this. Okay, case sensitive. Okay, so this is ready for tests. Okay, so first test. Let's hope for luck. Come on, what's going on? Not enough processing power, I guess. Okay, array out of range. Actually, I was waiting for that. The reason is this. The reason why we have an array out of range is because we did not check the array size that we're going to access. Anytime you want to access any array, you have to check the size of the array. So how do we do that? Here you say array size. So if array size, now we're going to do it. Okay, let's start with lows, for example. So Control C. So if the low array is greater than, we used 1. So if the low array is greater than 1, that means 2, because the first value is 0, then the second value is 1. So if array value is greater than 1, and this we use the 0. So let's just, okay, so for the bullish FVG, is we used only the 0. So if this is greater than 0, and for the I digit, okay, we use only I0 too. So uh, you see, you don't need to define both the lows and the lows time and the highs and the highs time, because they get copied together, they get deleted together. So lows and lows time always have the same size in the array. I's and the i's time always have the same time in the array. So always have the same size in the array. So uh, I think it should run this time without errors. No array out of range errors. So let's see. Mhm. It works. So we just built an EA testing from 2015, though it's not making profit, but as you can see, it worked. So let's see how many trades it executed. Let's see what we can do to make it better. Now I have opened this strategy. I never tried it before, but okay. Executed 79 trades. 46 of it happens to be profitable. So executed a bad trade here. You could actually check out. Oh, many of the trades is TP. Not bad, not bad, not bad, not bad. This is BTC USD. Let's check out the trades individually. So, oh no, that's too okay. So, this is a bad trade. Oh, this is a good trade. This is a good trade. You can see. Uh, that's a bad trade. That's a good trade. Let me zoom in so you can see clearer. That's a good trade. That's a good trade. So you can see it's a good strategy. Needs oh yeah, I think that's so okay. So let's do we still have time for the sell trade? Okay, let's try to see if we can get the sell function created in a few minutes. Or I do that in the next video. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.